Welcome everyone to our weekend analysis this evening. I'd like to thank you all for joining us today as we delve into our usual pairs for the week and to see what will be ahead for this coming week. So before we start, I'd like to remind you that we have a 40% off or account sizes or models and daily drawdowns. And this is only limited to 600 accounts, excluding Instant Pro and Challenge models with the promo code GHOST40. So the offer ends on the 27th of October at 11:59 p.m. CET. So make sure you grab yourself an account before this promo ends. So before we actually, oh yeah, so now we can just delve right through into our analysis for this week. Hello, Mudini Sino, Mohidini Sino. Yeah, welcome to our live this evening. So we're starting off with the dollar index. So the dollar index started off with the head and shoulders, which seems to be completing till we reach this very top. But if we zoom right in here, on Friday we had a dip to the downside with some dollar weakness before Friday closed in. I believe this was probably CPI. Yeah, and then we pushed right back up. So we might actually be seeing ourselves coming to the 99600 area right about here as we begin a new week. It seems like we might be entering some dollar strength. So let's anticipate that for this coming week. So now let's move over to euro dollar. So euro dollar had a very strong move to the upside, then immediately came down. So this has two things. It's either this is a pullback or it is a change of trend, and then this is a pullback, and then we could be coming all the way down and then probably coming all the way down here. But overall, I think this is a pullback from the uptrend. So that is what I'm anticipating. So as for next week, we could actually be seeing ourselves right above here, making a new high on euro dollar and possibly a low stop loss around the 15,800 area could possibly hold. So let us anticipate that move for this coming week and be ready if it does happen. Then let's move over to dollar yen. So dollar yen, I literally failed to fill up this gap right here, and it just literally touched where the market opened with this gap, which was right there, had a pin bar, and immediately rose from there. So for this coming week, there is a 9 out of 10 chance that we might actually just even be making a new high and even probably going all the way to 153,500. So this is what we can anticipate for this coming week on dollar yen. So let's keep our eyes peeled on this as we approach 153,500 and beyond. Then let's look at pound yen. So pound yen also did the same thing. It literally touched where the open was and then bounced right off of that point. So we could actually also be seeing a new high forming here for this coming week on pound yen. So we could be going right above 205 and 205,500. So this could be a potential target. So as we go into this coming week, probably this area right here around 20200 can be a great stop loss area as a support level. and then from there we could be aiming all the way up here around 205,500. So let's anticipate that move for this coming week. So this is almost like the same scenario with dollar yen. Then dollar mexicano. So dollar mexicano has literally failed to break below here, 1830. So it overall seems like we're in a consolidation. As they always say, you never know you're in a consolidation till you're in a consolidation. But overall, it looks like we're in an upward consolidation right here. Yeah, this seems to be like an upward consolidation. So looking at this, we might, yeah, very much so. We might actually be coming to the stop here around 1867. So that is also in line with this resistance level, which is right here. So at 1865, we could be seeing ourselves come all the way up here, even going higher, depending on how the week moves along. Even 1870, we could be touching that area, then bouncing from there, then coming all the way down. So that is my anticipation on dollar Mexican. Then let's look at CAD Swiss. CAD Swiss, we broke the trend line, which is great. And we seem to be still on our way up to 5,700. So we are still waiting for this level to actually be reached. So coming this week, our first level to actually show us that this trend will continue is when we break right above 0.57 thousand. Then once we break 0.57, then we could be coming all the way to 0.57400 on CAD Swiss. And then let's look at pound dollar. So pound dollar, we had the first break of the trend line, the second break of the trend line. We pushed all the way up, then we pushed all the way down into this trend line area. So the question remains, is this gonna hold or break right through? So the question remains on Monday, just right below this support level, which is here. So this is our holding support level. This would even be a great trade if the stop loss is right below here and we're aiming to probably make a new high from this previous high or making a new high touching 1.35260. This could be a great 10 to 1 position, I believe. So if we do enter, let's say on Monday, and we have a low stop loss just right below here, this could be a great risk reward potential right before us. So this is what we can anticipate on a pound dollar for this coming week with very minimal low risk going to the upside. Then let's look at gold. So gold, we had our strong push up, then we had a pull down, then we push up, which kind of made a double top. And we came all the way down to this level, which I talked about right here. So, like I said, this would be a area we could be bouncing off from and then continuing all the way up to make a new high, or we could be coming all the way down here, and this could just literally be a pullback for the change in momentum. So we could be pulling back here and then coming all the way down to 3,900, or this could be a level we are holding currently and then making our way up to 4,400. So let us keep an eye watching that. So it's either going to make a new high or we're going to make a new low. So that is my anticipation on gold. Then let's look at NAS 100. NAS 100 finally made a new high, and we literally did not touch the finish up the gap that was left here. It was just literally touches from where the second candle opened right here for the day. So we touched that. Same scenario as dollar yen, pound yen. So this now actually means the gaps will not be filled if NAS 100 could have done this. So whatever gaps we had on this day of October 12th, moving forward, we just need to look to making new highs afterwards. So that is what I'm anticipating for this coming week. But overall, NAS 100 looks like it's poised to continue moving upwards, and we might actually be having a pullback here before we actually go all the way up. So that is what I'm anticipating on NAS 100. Now let's move over to crypto. So crypto, we came all the way down surprisingly, and we didn't really come and feel this pin bar, but we started moving all the way back up. So maybe this is not yet over, and we might actually be looking to finish the job. So let us still keep an eye watch on this, because 102K on Bitcoin still seems like a very possible area that we could be coming down to. Then let's look at also Ethereum. Ethereum didn't even reach close to this area. It literally had one, two, three touches, which all seem ascending at this point. So what I can say, if we do have our fourth touch right here and it breaches right through, then most definitely we will be touching 3,400 on Ethereum. So that is what I am anticipating for this coming week. So once we have the fourth touch and then we break right through, then all roads lead to 3,400. So that is my anticipation, especially since the sentiment is still 14% out of 100% that are actually selling. So that means there's still room for this to even drop further. So this is where we end for our analysis this evening. Hope you had a good one. And if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section. Overall, don't forget we still have the 40% discount, which is ending on 27th, which will be a Monday. It's limited to 600 accounts. It's possibly still available or not. Remember, this is on all accounts, excluding Instant Pro and the challenge models. So use the code GHOST40. GHOST40 is the promo code that you're supposed to use. So this is where we end for our analysis this evening. If you're joining us right now, be sure to watch the replay as soon as this live broadcast ends. So this is where we end for our analysis this evening, and I hope you have a great weekend ahead and happy trading.